good evening, good morning, hello, and
Yeah.
welcome back
Hi.
to Mysteries and Monsters Omu, um, where these four adventurers basically get ambushed everywhere they go.
Are we not even intrepid?
So how are we doing since last time? Ready for some burrows in the rabbit temple?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
We made it past the puzzle floor, so let's see what comes
Yes.
next.
So, as a quick recap of the previous episode, you did. I mean, it was fairly quick. You left the security of the pillar. It was Moab's temple, I believe, with the Jakuli.
Yep.
Um, Passed by uneventfully through through the bridge that gapped uh, the sunken part of the waterlogged part of the city back to the eastern shore, moved west, then north, discovered a nest of Vigipygmies that almost
And
ended
another
into a
one.
fight. Hmm?
And another one.
And another one. Then a few Sturges, and then you entered into what you found is one of the shrines, the shrine of Ijin, the Al Mirage. Strangely, as someone noted, not a creature, not an animal indigenous to Chult. It was brought in
Oh.
by the pioneers of Amn, who decided that they would make good pets, and not only did they
How
escape.
long ago did come here?
Actually, you tell me. I think I sent you a
Yeah.
specific timeline back in the day. I think it's something along the lines of 100 years. But I mean, these are rabbits.
hmm
uh, I mean, as a real world reference, I believe rabbits were brought in to the mainland of England, well, to the island of England, and they
Australia.
Yeah, in
Australia
Australia,
was
yeah, that was
a big thing.
yeah. And imagine imagine if they were unicorn horned rabbits that they had put into Australia, they would have really destroyed the whole ecosystem.
Mhm.
Well, a rabbit
It's
with
like
a
rabbit
horn.
skin.
It's almost a ready shish kebab.
Yeah, it comes with its own
You
cone. You
just
just
bonk, like you bonk the horn in, and then like
No, you
Yeah.
have the
onion stick,
horn. No, you have the horn that you already hoarded over for the fire. You don't need to
and
spit.
then it's not a shish kebab.
Hmm. Anyways, let's get back to so you had entered Ijin's shrine. You had made your way through the tiled floor with all the different the animal tiles. You did discover that you know the path least expected was just a straight line, just on the left. Um, I'm looking at you, wizards, designers, Perkins. But anyways, you made it past, and you find yourselves in a completely without light, um, sort of a dark, low-ceilinged
There's the light then.
stone, yep, stone uh, passageways, basically. And I will move everybody to the screen so that we can see. Here we go. Yep, no worries. You have light. Um, for um, for my ease of sake, unless you decide otherwise, I will be keeping track of you, all of you, in this same one little Kumari token right here.
Uh, as you prefer.
As usual, artists or Orvex and Dragonbait will be waiting outside, as well as actually Kumari.
Yes.
If only just to make sure that everything is doing all that you are not ambushed from the side. So, where do you want to go? I think all of you should have control of the token.
I have control for sure.
Okay. And everybody sees through Kumari's eyes.
Yep.
I believe at least one of you is muted.
I think I saw movement
Yes.
at M's.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay.
Yeah, it was M.
Yeah, it was me trying to move it.
Also, okay. Do we take a left?
Sure.
Are there traces of steps again, or still nothing on the
Oh
floor?
yeah, there were tracer steps.
Yes, there are footprints going in both directions.
Then let's just go.
Okay. Any preferences, guys?
I would normally say right.
Let's go
But
right
I'm
then.
going. I'm going the path least expected. I'm going left.
Okay.
Well, the least I expected would be the ceiling, but let's just go left.
I don't have the means to be
Left?
interesting. Yes.
This is gonna be slow, folks. If you keep,
Mhm.
don't worry.
Yeah.
I'm
I
just
suggest
doing it.
Vroon moves Kumari because.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you say stop.
I'm just doing it like one square at a time, so that's like left or right.
So as
right.
as Rune, are you taking? I'm guessing you're taking point in this one.
Yeah.
So you find yourself almost crouching down in this low ceiling. You can see that there have been spider webs.
How high is it even?
Sorry?
How high is it?
Maybe let's say maybe about 5-6 feet, no more.
Oh yeah, then I'm definitely okay. Yeah, then I'm like literally like.
Yeah.
I'm probably first,
Not
right?
just crouched down. I'm like all the way hunched over.
I don't know who is first.
I think it's me because of traps, you
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
And probably Rune behind me.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Heinrich, and I'm closing.
So Vroom like pushes himself to a wall. Like, go ahead. Oh my god, I've done this in the pyramids.
Yes. Yeah, very
Like
much
in
so.
Egypt. I did not expect that to be two-way. And then a big American lady had to pass. And I'm tall.
Anyways. So.
Let's take another step. We can go.
Down, I think.
All right.
Rune, make me a perception check.
Let's.
Rune?
Is it smell based?
Yeah, it is smell based.
Then I have advantage. And I rolled double 11.
Okay.
So 16.
Right. As you turn, Sorsha, you see this pretty much at the same time that Vroon sort of smells it, but you find as you turn around the corner just around the corner, just on the other side, you can see a pair of very worn, very gray, almost with the word in French would be décharné, so unfleshed feet. and Vroon, you smell the
Death.
you
Decay.
smell the aging decay of a body just beyond the wall.
I probably raise my hand to give signals like that there is something.
I will say you are seeing the palms of the feet, as in this is something. This is a body that is lying down. You can see up to maybe halfway up the knee, and so a pair of feet, sort of maybe somebody had fallen or is kneeling.
Yes,
But-
so I raise my hand to give the signal, and then I advance carefully.
Okay, make me a stealth check.
Stealth. 1 second, please. D&D Beyond refreshing.
Actually,
None.
well, all of you can make me. We can all of you make me a stealth check.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, disadvantage.
I
with
have a
plus zero.
Luxodon behind me.
Yeah, I'm wearing heavy armor, so disadvantage with plus zero.
That's
Oh, wow.
25, but I'm not sure you see it in roll 20.
My dice
No.
are on fire, guys.
You have
Yeah,
to.
I mean, the Luxodon rolled better than you. With disadvantage.
Let's see.
Why doesn't it show on roll 20?
Don't forget, you need to wait for it to. Maybe your
Or
beyond 20 is. But anyways,
beyond 20, maybe. Yeah.
How much do you roll?
25.
25. Okay. Yeah,
Oh.
no problem. I mean, it's absolutely no problem. This zombie, as you pass by, as you look through sort of Scooby-Doo style along the lines, you can basically see a bisected body. Well, no, not bisected, not completely. You can see the body of what could have been a human figure. You'd have to examine it a bit closely, but they are now basically in the shape of a Y. Across there was, it's almost like if they were cut in two from neck to maybe mid sternum by a blade, and sort of opened into two and just fallen there.
Oops.
Clearly,
This
someone
is not the
came
way.
before us. We've already seen the footsteps. Someone came here before us. Someone did this. It's very unlikely that we'll find a cube here, but we should still check.
Yep.
Oh, and by the way, you were seeing the back of the creature. So he's lying on his face, basically.
Can we sort of see what kind of creature it is, or?
Yeah, as in, well, creature. It is a this would be,
Human remains?
these are human remains, yes. But when you look at the state of it's clearly that this was at some point one of the wandering dead.
Yeah.
You can see that there are wounds, and there's things that are the limbs are worn in a way that would not have been.
So we're talking red
Wasn't there
wounds.
some kind of symbol on the in like two temples back? Didn't those have like a weird symbol on them or something?
Yes, the ghasts in the other temple did have the blue triangle, which you've associated
Does
now
this
with
have that?
Rasensi.
Yeah. Does this have that?
Well, you want to have a go and have a look?
Sure.
Okay, just give me a second.
Investigation or?
Yes,
I'm looking for something very, very specific. I'm just looking at, like, I think it was the forehead or something.
it would have been on the forehead. Yeah, make me a yeah, make me a perception check.
All right. almost a 20, but it rolled over to a 2.
Okay.
It's a 5.
So actually, as you and I'm guessing Sorsha. You know what? Make that. Why did you roll a performance check?
Oh shit!
Performance?
I will
So,
consider
I
that as
mean,
the first of your
there's-
second advantage because
But-
I'm going to be giving to Sorsha here. Sorsha is going to basically sort of cry out as you lean forward. So make me another check here.
Let me do some performance then.
No, Vroon,
No,
make
no.
me a perception check,
Oh.
please.
Perception. Yeah.
Oh, I love my performance.
I know. It will.
It was
You're a
a
bard.
29.
You're
Okay.
a bard.
So
Yes.
Vroon, just as you're leaning down to sort of examine the body, you feel that your weight just leans just a little bit more onto the stone that it would, and as Sorsha basically cries out, you just barely move out of the way. As a large stone blade basically just moves out from the from the ceiling, just swipes at you. So actually,
do I need to roll a
1d20 plus 6, and that's an 11, so it doesn't hit you. Yeah, so just wishes by, but now you can kind of see where how this creature was sort of cut into two by this large blade coming in from the ceiling.
Careful
Yes.
now.
So Sorsha, you were taking point. Yes. Go ahead.
Thank you.
And
Let me
and-
check here for everything that could be coming.
Is there what? Why would they put a trap at a dead end? Do you see a
Why
door?
not? Well, it's a temple. They're tricky.
And I think you just answered your question there. But that's the GM whispering. It's a dead end.
Mm-hmm.
Humor. Okay, back on track.
So no hidden doors or nothing. Right.
No. As
Okay.
you're looking about, the only I mean, what remind me your passive perception?
20.
17.
17. You know, I'm talking to Sorsha with regards to the traps and stuff. No, you do not find any hidden doors. The only trick is this swinging axe blade.
All right.
Backing out.
Well, at least we know it's not that way.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go another way then.
Do we keep going left?
We can keep going.
We can have a look around the corner on the other end.
This way, maybe.
Oh, this is a dead end
Oh,
indeed.
yeah. Dead end too.
Just to see if it continues or not. It doesn't. That's check.
Check around the corner here. Dead end, as expected. Like, there's nothing lying in those corridors, right?
No.
Oh, this looks weird.
Is this a door?
Yes.
There seems to be a door, yeah.
Actually, this is
no,
in...
the white part there.
Actually, you do find a door. This one is and easily, if I remember correctly, easily opened.
I mean,
if you open it, of course. I'm guessing you open it.
Yes, a checkpoint, but yes.
Yeah. After
No.
Sorsha checks for traps.
There are no traps. However, you do notice indeed at the center of the a stone pillar and a little sort of indent about the size of a cube. There is no cube in sight. And the door in front of you, you can actually see has been basically sort of pushed off its hinges, basically.
Oh, so it's open.
Yeah, I'm gonna open it right now. So it's there you go.
Someone was a bit brutal.
Definitely.
I mean, is there any other way to open a door?
Somebody decided to knock on the door.
Do we just continue the other way and
risk to?
or do we just go back the way we came and?
Well,
yes, because
I would opt for going back the way we came.
Right.
Yep.
Then we do that.
Then what I will do, I mean.
Is there some inscription? Because no.
Yes.
All right. Yes.
No, there are no inscriptions. A shaft of natural light spills from a tiny square hole in the ceiling onto a carved stone pedestal. An ornate stone cube no longer rests on its surface.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's no one's time.
No, there are no inscriptions. The only inscriptions were at the beginning.
At the beginning, yeah. We've already seen them. And then we just go.
Yeah, in the interest of time, I am going to just remove that one and
then we, also going back, do the one creature and not just waltz over everything. Just make sure that we only I guess we all go across the left one by one.
Okay. Okay. Well, that was Eugene's tomb.
For how long do the temporary hit points last?
The temporary hit points will last until your next rest, whether it be short or long. Short or long? I'm not exactly sure. Let me have a look.
We have some time to figure it out. But I don't think we need a short rest or a long one yet.
No, we just had a short rest actually.
Yeah, actually. So, it's not something that needs to be resolved right away.
No, but it's good to know.
Oh yeah, and also Vroon doesn't have any temporary hit points. Because I misremembered stepping on a dragonfly. Yeah, I know. And it's like, well, I can do either eagle or dragonfly. I'm like, no, you're wrong. There was a dragonfly there. Like, when you said it, was like, oh fuck.
I'm seeing here long rest. So let's say long rest for now. So you are now, as you exit Ijin's shrine.
Hey, as we're exiting, I'm still keeping an eye out for little bunnies.
Make me a perception check.
I don't think I would recognize a bunny by smell. So 15.
Okay, let me see if I can.
So far, every temple that we've been to had the creature that was big. One time it was dead, But every time we've had a temple with the creature that was depicted in the
Is
temple.
anybody else trying to look around for?
I'll keep an eye out too.
Yeah, also.
Perception?
Also, I mean, we I know exactly what a
Great.
Legion smells like because there's one walking or sitting with
With with Heinrich.
Heinrich. Yes,
Yes, indeed. Our dear friend Nugget has been re-invoked under the guise of an Almirage. Yes. There's just as you step out, Orvix and Artis are having a sort of a heated debate as to over some notes that Orvix would have taken, mostly about, from what you can understand, maybe about interpretation of the different writings that you've seen so far.
at the same time.
And
Oh, there was like two squares appearing
Yeah,
on the
because you
temple at
did
the same
it
time.
at the same time that I
Yeah,
did. But
yeah.
doesn't matter. I removed mine.
No. Okay.
and yes, indeed, just as you step out, just on the corner of your eye, you do see a sort of this curling horn just moving about a bit of brushing movement within the brushes, and then just a flash of white, dirty white, sort of jumping behind a bush and sort of disappearing into a burrow.
Hmm.
I
Well,
wasn't looking for the Mirage. I was mostly looking oh, for the tabaxi. You know, bag of nails.
fair.
I don't
Um,
care about no bunny.
I don't care about nobody. Yeah.
You
There's
see suddenly a text on the screen. Nugget will remember this.
Okay.
It's not a bunny, right?
How it is.
So you do know that now that particular shrine has already been looted,
Yes.
and I have updated the main page where you can see which ones you have.
All right.
There you go.
The red ones are the
And
ones that we know are in the hands of the
That you at
wizards,
least
right?
suspect that
yeah,
are in the hands of the
Yeah.
red mages. Yes.
considering the spells that were used, like the Vroondomon was definitely killed by mages, and they like escaped with a shatter spell or something.
Mm-hmm.
This one, there was like flight over the puzzle floor. It all seems very magey.
Magey. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I did not mention this. I forgot to actually answer the question as we were interrupted by the cadaver that you had found. The skull was completely shaved, and there were markings and tattoos, almost like script, written across the eyebrows, down the cheeks under the eyes, and the mouth was sewn shut.
Is that like I don't that doesn't seem like a Chultian thing.
Absolutely not.
So
And
for instance, like,
no tattoo. No
mm,
tattoo. No blue triangular tattoo.
then Vroom will turn to Heinrich and go like, "Is that a where are those wizards from again? Thay.
I just
Is it a
nod.
Thayan thing?"
Yes, it's a Thayan thing.
Mm.
They will just, well, better a dead body to send to test the traps out than
Mm.
use an alive target. So they're enough undead. They take some undead, descend in the directions of the dungeon. They start a trap. They know where not to go, and they find the quickest route to go away. And that's it.
Pretty much. You would know, Heinrich, that they have that the mouth sewn shut. Um, while for many it might be symbolic of dead men tell no tales or whatever. No, they sew it shut simply because this is the first part that decomposes, and they don't want to lose the lower half of the jaw. It's an aesthetic thing.
Mm.
So, anyhow, back onto the main map. Where are you headed?
So we want
Uh,
to first head to where the wizards were, because they like already like um they
They're not too far
uh
away.
no,
they're
exactly,
not
they're not too far away, and they've already like they extinguished their fire because of the wind changing. Maybe like we won't have a very clear indicator of where they are anymore.
Mm-hmm. And we know that they at least have 2 cubes. So
Yeah,
let's see what we can
probably.
do.
So we want to head over to that fire pit where they
Yeah.
probably were. So I guess that would be let's draw the line. Would be like this, and I guess we have to jump down here somewhere.
Yeah, that would be, yeah.
Like I guess that's the route we're taking,
Do we want to
which means
come in obvious or do we want to come in discreetly?
we if we want to go discreetly, I should be there.
I think we had determined that discreet wasn't our style.
No, if we want to go anywhere as a group, we're not good at the streets.
Guys, what do you think?
I'm gonna have you to roll me a stealth check, anyways, sort of general stealth, general group stealth, as you guys are gonna be moving along. So,
Mm. Heinrich? Sorsha?
oh,
I'm not very enthusiastic at the idea of going to fight the red mages now, especially with another threat on our back, waiting for any vulnerability. But I'm not thrilled. Let's just say that.
Sorsha, make me
We
a
have
perception check.
all right.
Oh, was that the 20? Oh, well, there you go. 27
Crit.
with the critical roll. As you look about around you, as you step onto the main highway, basically, of this city, and you look about, you can see the rooftops. Some of them overgrown with vegetation, other ones lower than ones. You can see that in this area, especially around the temple, vegetation is not crawled up as high. And you have a fairly fair view, and you're pretty sure that as you're looking for signs of bag of nails, you do not see any.
All right. Doesn't mean that he won't come around at the end of the fight, though. But for now, it's clear.
I'm also still kind of like, well, no wait, Vroon is not, but I am hoping that we'll run into like the king feathers. And mind you, I probably don't want to go fight the red mages right after that, but
Yeah. So yes, we have to fight the raid mages.
I mean, we do know who sent them, and that person actually told us if you can get them to cooperate, do it.
Yeah, and
But
plus
it's a
we
big
don't know
if.
how many of them, and depending on the number, we might be in a bit of a pinch here.
Okay, so you want to do a bit of recon first?
Yeah.
Fair.
I can send Nugget if you
I
want.
I guess like we could go like up here, then to here, and then from there Sorsha can
Okay, just 1 second.
push
Just
in
one
others.
second. So go back to
Yeah.
the stairs. Go back to the stairs, please. Right. Could you, all of you, make me a perception check?
Right.
Ellie,
Is it
come on.
smell based?
Give me something
I
good.
will give you advantage in this case. Okay. Okay. Well, um, as you are stepping through, you can see that the two the stairwells fall, and as you start heading towards the right hand side, towards the east, um, actually, Vroon keeping an eye out, Sorsha keeping an eye out as well. Um, there are two things that you notice. On the right, there's a little plaza right here on the on the left hand side. Sorry, so right here.
Yeah.
And you can see that there's an overturned wagon that's sort of right there in the middle of the plaza. However, something strikes you as the surrounding area just around it seems to be much greener, a much fresher kind of green. So there's long grasses. You have flowers blooming. You can also see that there's coming from inside uh, inside of the wagon or underneath the wagon, you can see what seems to be insects or maybe even bees. Actually, you would recognize them as bees, sort of flowing in, as if there was maybe a hive underneath. But what really gets Orvax's attention is a large circular stone that seems to have fallen off the wagon. One of the wagon's wheels has crumbled under the weight and sort of tipped over, and you have this large wheel that sort of has fallen towards it. And you can, even from where you are, you can see that there seems to be writing on it.
We want to check it out.
Let's do it.
Yep.
All right.
Orvix at some point so he looks at it and he's the first one to sort of almost rush forward. Excited about the discovery, and Artis has to sort of catch him by the collar and says, "No, we go first." Yes, no. As you come in closer, there's the despite the noise of the rain, you can there's almost a hush to the jungle noises in the just in that little area, as the buzzing of the bees. It's a gentle hum. They are not enervated or angry in any way at your approach, but just sort of keep moving about. And you can see that all these flowers are around, and you actually notice that at the base of the wagon are flowers picked and or picked, made into a garland, basically, and placed on the wagon wheel. Sort of like
Yes.
and you can see that and you can see multiple older of these garlands that either sort of faded away or rotted onto this. As in, this is something that is continual to be brought
Yeah.
in.
One of the creatures or one of the creature types here is worshipping this place.
Mhm.
Worshipping or yeah.
Did you picnic? Probably you remember the place in the jungle with the statue and everything.
But many went there to offer peace.
Yep.
Also, goblins who are not much for flowers, of course, but
One thing, Vroon, that you get, it's what sort of turned your attention as well, is that there's a very strong scent of honey coming in from underneath.
Well, there's a hive underneath there for sure.
At which point you hear sort of a smack from behind you, and you can see that Dragonbait has sort of swatted Artis's leg, and Artis said, "Hey, I knew it wasn't you. I know how you talk."
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
What's going on there?
Was it you, Dragonbait?
Dragonbait sort of rolls his eyes and crosses his arm and go. And to which Artis goes, "No, of course not. It's a hive. That's
what
not
I
part of his
thought.
vocabulary." Jeez. I mean, who would make a mistake like that and he gets swatted again by Dragonbait?
Do we want to have a look?
Yes, carefully, probably, because of the hive.
I will. Vroom will approach and he will gently try. I think lifting the wagon should not be too much of an issue.
No.
If it is, then I will use the thing.
I'm still going to actually make me. This would be less of a strength check and more of a sleight of hand, as you. This is wood. This is old wood, and you're more worried about it crumbling than anything else. However, on the other side of the wagon, Orvix is kneeled down on what seems to be a large circular stone tablet. And there is the cunium come on.
Cuneiform?
Cuneiform, thank you. Writing of old Omuan all around it. However, what is also interesting is that below it, you have a message in writing that you, Vroon, fully understand, as this is sort of modern Omuan, or at least the Omuan that is based from Mesro. And I believe in Common as well. Yes, in Common as well. I don't understand why they would speak Common, but it's there. That's what the book says.
Oh, a Rosetta Stone.
And Orvix is almost sobbing. As he, this is an incredible discovery. This completely invalidates years of my work. And confirms it, maybe. Or if only we had found this, I would have not spent the last 20 years, 30 years of my life deciphering. This is perfect. Please, anyone, paper, charcoal, please. I must take a rubbing of this.
I'll can probably find some charcoal. I'm not sure that Gale would have a lot of paper in her inventory.
I have cartographer's tools.
Yes.
Maybe that will have some stuff.
Mm-hmm. Can you actually look what is in the cartography? I think you can look in D&D Beyond. You can have a look at what's in it.
Doesn't say specifically, sadly, on. But if you Google it,
yeah, it should be in Xanathar's guide. I mean, it doesn't really matter, and to tell the truth, we're just nitpicking here. But no, I would say that indeed you have. If you're willing to sacrifice your tools, you can definitely take a good.
Well, sacrifice them, not really, because that's also the stuff that we like. They came with the map.
Oh right, okay. Let's see, cartographers. Oh, interesting. Why? Ah, here we go. Cartographer's tools.
Quill, ink, parchment, pair of compasses, calipers, and a ruler.
Yeah, so I'm guessing most likely. I mean, with charcoal, fairly easy. If anyone has fire magic, you can make charcoal fairly quickly.
Yeah.
And the parchment, yes. So it takes. But I'll say, yeah, I'll say that it takes most of your parchment to sort of take this rubbing. As you sort of.
That's like parchment is fine because we have a map. It's just like all the other stuff we need to fill in that map.
Yeah, I understand. And I love the idea that now you're going to have this map of Chult, and on the backside you have Omu in one corner. But yeah, so he's going to be spending. He spends first sort of just trying to decipher it, making sure, and he's going to mostly spend almost maybe 15-20 minutes sort of taking precise either copying or the rubbing, making a whole rubbing of the stone.
But my question is, what does it say? What's the text?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then yeah, we can compare measuring with common with Ultramoon.
So this is so it reads, Queen Napaka proclaims that the free people of Omu fear nothing. Brave new gods protect us, as Uptao did before, but does no longer. Omu will rise again, and Napaka shall reclaim all that is hers by right of conquest.
I'm just going to roll a history check already to see if I've heard of Napaka.
Okay.
Oh, come on, yeah.
Let's see. Do I have?
It's lovely how, like, because the die animation, you get sometimes that moment of like, is it a 19 or a 3? It's a 19.
Let's see what I can find. So with the 20, that's a pretty good. Let's see. She is considered. There's not much. You don't know much actually. Even with a 20, you know the name because it was when it is mentioned. It is said that she is the last queen of Chult.
Yeah.
Of Chult, as in Omuans consider themselves the royalty of Chult, and that Chult basically belonged to them. And
Mesro disagreed, but
yeah, Mesro disagreed, of course. And you can actually understand that this most likely would have been a message to Mesro. However,
Hence the translation.
yeah, hence the translation.
Yeah.
But there's apart from the name in the records, there is no, you know, nothing more.
I mean, fair. Like, I assume that if anyone else had made a history check, it would have been even less.
Um, just the fact that you know the name means that at some point somebody escaped Omu during during the downfall and brought back that particular name. But yes, she. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yes, the tablet is 3 feet in diameter and weighs 200 pounds.
Yeah,
Always
we're not
fun
gonna.
to-
Well, yeah, Vroon could move that, but I'm not sure we're
So
gonna move that.
yeah, so the tablet contains the same message in both Common and Old Omuan, but I would actually put this. That's because the players are not necessarily, the characters are not necessarily fluent in Omuan. You, however, are. I have no idea why she would put this in Common rather than just so Mesro Omuan.
Yeah.
So there you go. But yes, a fairly ominous message from a long, most likely forgotten queen.
Like, Frun will try. He measures it, and then goes like, "How big is that hole?"
Oh, more than enough.
Okay, let's take it.
You wanna? Oh, okay.
Yeah, put it in the portable hole.
I'm gonna open the hole.
And I mean, I can. Yeah, it can. Like, my carrying capacity even is enough to like, and my lift is even much more. So yeah, I can definitely like just put it in there.
Don't break anything down there, please. We still need the stuff.
I do not understand how that hole works. You put stuff in, it comes out. Does it fall in the plate? I don't.
No, it is a
Heinrich,
finite hole, so you have to climb down and drop it on the ground, or you can
is there
toss
like
it
a
overboard.
is there a weight limit to what it can carry? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay,
Yeah, there is a weight limit. Wait a minute, I
because
can
we
find it.
already have canoes and stuff in there as well. So like, if
No,
it's too much, then
in the portable hole, there's no weight limit.
No?
No, not to my knowledge.
Uh,
The bag of holding it does.
I thought it was mostly all usually like a matter of like
well,
the
it's actually
entrance
a
is
question.
only this big.
Actually, the problem is the circumference.
Yeah.
There's no weight limit, but it has to be something that can fit inside a 10 feet deep dimensional hole.
Yeah, it fits. It's one. It's
Yeah.
it's about a meter wide. So
Yeah.
yeah.
No problem.
It's very
Um,
heavy. It's 100 kilos. This is
Yeah.
stone.
Oh yes, but yeah, like for Vroon, this is peanuts.
Not even his morning workout.
Yeah, no,
Okay. You can put it in there, but be careful, don't squash the canoes.
I am gently lowering it in. I can't see the canoes. You have to reach inside to get the. I don't
No, no.
understand.
When you unfold it, I throw it on the ground and it unfolds in a 10 feet wide diameter, and then
Oh,
you
okay, but
can put
you
things
see,
down there.
yeah, but do you see what's in there?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I
you
thought
can
it
see.
was. Okay. I thought it was like a black hole where you sort of.
No, that is what they've. That is actually what they started to do in Critical Role, and then they completely abandoned it.
Uh, it's how bag of holdings used to work for a lot of my campaigns as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, but bag of holdings are smaller.
Yeah.
No, this is basically an extra planar space. Anyways, let's move on.
Yeah.
So you grab the 200-pound stone tablet and just bonk it in. I mean, how far? I mean, you could do this to basically interrupt that 20 minutes, or do you wait for the archaeologist to finish his work and then you bump it in?
I think
We're gonna
we'll let him.
respectfully wait.
Yeah, he's going to be very difficult if we go like no later.
Okay.
And I mean, 20 minutes is not going to like. Fruit is definitely looking towards the end of the plaza at the large wall.
Mansion.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, the thing over there where it's like I want to go there, but this is not the time.
Hmm.
I am going to try to look a bit closer at what's hiding underneath
The cards.
the cart. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Make me a
I can lift it.
Okay. You want to try and slowly lift it?
Yeah, like not too far, just like enough to
Okay. Again,
see under
make
it.
me a sleight of hand check.
Well, that's interesting.
As this rotting wood will take a delicate touch.
Uh-huh. But it's also heavy, so.
Mm-hmm.
15, I think. Yes.
Nice. So yeah, as you place your hands underneath, you slowly lift. You can see that that it's been your some of the soil has sort of grown over it, and so it's slightly sort of settled into the earth around it. As you sort of slowly, you can see maybe some of the moss sort of lifting up, mostly betraying the presence of a um, stone plaza, basically a stone surface underneath. You're just sort of lifting the moss and the grasses there above. The as soon as you meant the buzzing of the bees sort of echoes a bit more. They don't seem to be very aggressive, which is a bit maybe strange considering that the bees in Chult are very aggressive if they need to be. Um, and again, there's that heavy scent of floral honey that sort of fills your senses. Um, as you look underneath, you see maybe a bit some more garlands, um, sort of maybe at least traces of them. Um, and actually, Gale, make me an investigation check.
Investigation check. Let's go. Oh, my dice are slightly
Okay.
better now.
An 11.
Yeah.
What you can see is what seems to be maybe a piece of you remember one of those large feathers that you'd seen? You can see that
Oh,
there's a small, maybe almost like a nest of different strands of what seems to be either fur or hair or pieces of these long feathers that seem to be sort of moved into sort of almost like a little nest.
so big feathers, nest-like configuration.
Oh, all sorts of things. parts of big feathers as well. But
Yeah, it's not the full feather. The feather is about, I mean, the feather is about a meter long, the smallest that you've seen. No, this is something. It's maybe something tore it out, and it looks
Okay.
like, at first what you're thinking maybe sort of it looks more like a squirrel's nest than an actual sort of almost dome sort of pile of it, and then something sort of shifted inside. It looks like a round cake which you pressed in the middle. So
Okay.
it's not something that's been arranged or braided. It's just sort of piled up and then.
And so I'm going through my head, what native creature could have done this?
Gale,
small dinosaur.
Sorsha,
Yeah.
could you please both of you make me a perception check, please?
Alright.
I can try. I mean, yeah.
Okay. Gale, you feel there's a slight, almost like something, either a breeze or something. It's you think that maybe you brushed yourself against something sort of as you sort of instinctively sort of move your hand to the nape of your neck. Nothing there, but it's like something brushed up against your shoulder or your neck. Mute.
I stand up, look behind me, and ask, anyone else felt that?
Felt what?
Cool breeze? Like someone was breathing down my neck. Literally.
I'll take a look at the back of her neck, just to be sure.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
I look around and
What,
uh,
do I try to move this or do I hold it up? I can't.
You won't be able to hold it up longer because the sheer weight of it is sort of disintegrating. You can feel
Yeah,
the wood sort of cracking under your fingers.
exactly. Like I'm sort of going like I can either try to lower it somewhere else or I can try to lower it where it was, but I can't keep holding it.
Maybe
just
just put
lower
it
it
back.
gently.
All right.
You put it back. Okay.
Do I still feel that
No,
breath?
it wasn't breath. It was like something
Yeah.
sort of brushed more than breath.
Okay.
Maybe it was one of the bees. You're not sure.
Other invisible creature.
Yeah, do we have something else to do around here?
Since we're here,
Orvex. At this point, I'm gonna say Orvex is done with that. You've
Yeah.
opened the hole. You put the thing in. You're free to roam around.
Yeah. Shall we continue on to where we hopefully will find the wizards?
or since we're here, do you want to have a look at that big ass house?
I am tempted, but I am also weary to lose the trail that we have. They're not going. If they are at that house now, that seems unlikely. But if they are not there now, then they're not going to get past us either.
Heinrich, I have a question for you. You're on mute, buddy.
He's not there.
He's not
Yeah.
there. Oh yeah.
Oh.
How have you been keeping your how well have you been keeping your beard?
My beard?
Yeah.
Not well.
Okay.
I didn't have opportunity to keep my beard correctly.
No, I'm just wondering. Okay.
Oh boy, I don't like that.
Random
Um,
question from the
Yeah,
GM.
random
What's
question.
happening?
Yeah.
Great.
Did we at some point consider trying to talk to the red mages?
I mean, that was
I am
my
open.
suggestion. Not attacking
So
them outright, but having a chat.
I'd
Keeping
be
in mind that.
surprised.
Yeah, sorry, Vroon, go ahead.
I'd be surprised if they are very talkative, but I'm open to parley.
I mean, I don't like their way. They are literally walking on their companion. So if we're trying a friendly approach, I'm more for an exploring option and then trying to talk to them. Because if the talk goes bad, well,
I am always prepared for talks going bad.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
You just see Heinrich very calmly said last time we were talking we got poisoned at midnight.
I was going to say, just like Heinrich, every time we tried to be fucking nice to people in this jungle, it backfired. So, I'm open to giving those people a chance. I don't exactly trust that it's gonna work.
Yeah, same. That's why I was maybe considering exploring a bit more. But as you like, I have my diplomatic skills at your service.
Yeah. At some point, Gale turns to Artus and says, "Excuse me, I must amend my previous statement. You were an excellent surprise."
Well, I'm glad to hear that. I guess the same to you?
But present company excluded, my statement holds.
Yes. Well, the other two cats weren't that bad. The couple of cuckoos.
Yeah.
So, what do you want to do?
We'll go and see how it goes, and then
We will see what the mages.
we'll talk, and if it goes bad, let's say that let us agree that we'll go for a diplomatic talk, but sparing their lives. If there would be a combat, for crying out loud, not sparing their lives, not taking their stuff,
I
just clean up.
would like to already request that whenever we promise someone to go easy on them or let them go if they talk, we either keep our words or we do not make that promise anymore. We've done that too many times.
Let's not, let's not make that promise because, you know,
That
guys,
is
I can
fine.
keep. I never made that promise because, well, you know what.
Yeah.
Start heading east,
Sorry.
and then we start heading east, I guess.
Can we just have a look at the entrance of the building over here, just to have an idea of if we've hit a shrine or if it's something else?
No,
Fine.
it looks like there's a series of stairs that. So this is the building is built on a um about 4 to 5 feet of stone up. Um, and as you can see, there's a series of stairs that go up, and you can see it looks like a grand building, but it does not have the it's richly decorated, but it doesn't have the same stylings that you would have seen with the shrines. This looks like to be a rich habitation, and you can see that in the front there are 5 deep pools. Now filled with sort of swampy water, um, and as the rain comes down, you can see that there are rivulets. There are 3 large ponds in front of this huge mansion, basically.
Okay, but just so we can say, okay, this is not a shrine.
No, it is not a shrine.
And we move on. Okay.
No, I mean, should you wish to explore it, you may.
I still find it interesting, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to push for it now. Like I said, I
No,
feel that.
if there is a possible fight ahead of us, I'd rather do it with more day options.
Okay.
Yeah.
Besides, I have just rolled the dice for what was inside, and it says nothing of interest, so you may move on.
Okay, but now you've just spoiled that we can just put a square around.
Yes, that last one. Yes, I mean, look, if there's just put it around. I would have said that.
Yeah.
You would have maybe sent Nugget inside, and Nugget would have said, "Nah, nothing.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of gold things." But no, nothing. Okay. You can, and I'm going to actually going to roll a d20 on this to see.
I put a square on the square just to
Yeah.
note that we found the stone there too.
Okay.
And while we're walking in front of this building, because I see a lot of people have
Yeah.
put
Three people thought that it's interesting, so
yeah.
maybe have a look.
Sure. As you pass by, you can see it is very much. Actually, you're starting to. It's the same kind of architecture and the same kind of arch that you had seen previously, just a bit south over here.
Mm-hmm.
And you're thinking, and you can see all around the designs. You can see um, different animals. Looking from stylized chickens or stylized sort of
So it's another
dinosaurs,
market.
basically.
It's another market.
Yeah, it seems to be
Yeah.
like another market. Yeah.
It's a
The
probably,
rooftop has sort of crumbled in, but you can as through the light coming in, you can kind of see that onto the left, to the right, and to the left at the inside, there are what seems to be wooden stalls that have sort of crumpled up with age. Yes, this is another bazaar.
probably a livestock market.
Looks like.
Do you wish to look inside?
No, I think the objective
Let's-
right now is, with the exception that we find a shrine, it would be to head over to the
Yeah.
camp of the wizards.
We'll keep continuing on to here.
Okay.
Mhm.
This is going to be interesting. Do you wish to go in stealthily, or do you wish to go in sort of marking your way through?
This is where it starts to become an important
Very
question.
important, yeah.
Could we eventually send in Nugget first, just for a little bit of recon?
Or Nugget, apparently in bunny form, runs 50 feet, so very quick.
Mm-hmm.
So we can do that. And it's one of the local animals of
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so it's gonna help, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I would say let him explore up to the limit of your connection with him, and if he doesn't see anything suspicious or dangerous in that area, then we go forwards, and then you send him a bit further, and so gradually.
Mm-hmm. And we can do that. It would be the connection would be around putting the spell in front of me. 100 feet that I can see through the familiar's eyes and hear.
Yeah, I mean
A good distance.
that's a good
Mm-hmm.
distance. Yeah.
Well, there you go. It's already 100 feet until the
Yeah.
building.
Yeah, let me just check to see. Yeah, you're about 200 feet.
So we can go 100 feet here, then we can advance until here, and then we can do again if need to be.
So
the idea.
give me a stealth check for Nugget. So roll me a. I'm gonna give him advantage because of the brush and because of thing, but give me a. It's a D20 plus 5 for the Mirage.
Well, 20.
Well, that's a good thing. Um. Okay, how should I put that? Yeah. So have him make me a perception check. So this would again be this would be a +4, but you have advantage on it.
Yeah. Perception. Poop.
Nice. Okay. So what I think happens is this: is that as you manage to sort of crawl a little bit, as you go into Nugget's mind, Nugget sort of bounds into the brush, and you can see that the horn being quite efficient at basically opening a path between the tall reeds and the jungle foliage. Nugget handling it like he's been doing this all of his life somehow. To which very closely, as you hit the sort of the almost the limit of your wisdom of your sight, it opens up into a flattened plain. There is torn earth all around. There's been all of the vegetation has basically been overturned or burned away. There is sort of this no man's land, about 100 feet all the way up to the camp.
All that earth.
And as your Nugget sort of steps into, there's a moment where he sees. Let me just get you. No, wrong map. So what he can clock. 1, 2, 3, 4. He can see there are 4 guards, locals and non-locals, with hoods protecting them from the rain or large hats. Each of them wearing crossbows. And in the center, a low fire with the minimal amount of smoke, basically, and 3 figures in red robes, sort of sitting around it, discussing something. But what I'll say about the 6 becoming a 20 is that one of the thugs clocks immediately the Almirage and goes, what's that? And just and the fact that he's an Almirage and a local beast, not important. So Nugget was
Yeah.
seen but not recognized.
If it was a ferret, it would have been more suspicious.
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Well, I'll relay the information.
So yes, you can see 3 mages and 4. Now, what you can also see is 2 slender tents on one side, and you know what? I'm going to move you to this map, and so that you can have a look. And I am going to. Do you have a full view of the map, or do you not see nothing at all?
The
No,
let me
I'm
see
talking
that.
to Yannick. He's the only one on
No,
the page. You see
I
nothing?
don't see anything. No.
Okay, so let's just like this.
Yeah, there I see.
So you
very
can
well.
see there's a sort of basically it's a sort of high rise, basically sort of this platform above, just above the ground. It's about 5 feet in height, and you have these humans sort of seated upwards. The 3 mages very clearly read the if that make and the thugs, as I mentioned, some of them seem to be of reddish. They're showing sort of maybe a badge or a sash that is red, the same color as the robes.
In
But
in
some of
what
them,
kind? In what kind of state are they?
they look ragged. To tell you the, I'll just put you back with the other players. They look ragged. They look miserable. But alert. At least for the thugs. At least for the guards. Let's put it that way. But you understand that by the way that they're kitted, some of them are. A lot of it is picked up from maybe other people. The clothing doesn't match necessarily. They're patched up. There's other. They've gone through most likely months of exploration, and these are the survivors, basically.
Okay. I'll relay the information.
So, how
But
do
we
you
don't
guys
know
want
if
to play?
they are only those 3. There's maybe more exploring around.
I would even say probably more exploring around.
They that, and there will be some undead around, right?
Yes and no. There's a chance they took the undead to clear out trap rooms
True.
in other temples.
Oh yeah, right.
Uh,
Undead.
So as I mentioned, the whole area is sort of there's no vegetation. So there is no way to hide any approach. Most likely because they realize that any snake in the grass could be a 1T.
Also,
Oh. What do
Do
you
we
guys?
storm in, catch them by surprise, then talk?
If we want to talk, surprise is maybe not the best way.
Fair.
Let me announce ourselves then. And I grab my loot.
So just so you know, there is, as far as you this is me the GM telling you, the players, what your characters can see, which is apart from supernatural means, there is no way to sneak up on these people in broad daylight.
No. Which is like an announcement is
in itself.
just as well. Like We might as well go like, we're coming.
Yes. So, are we ready? Cough, cough. Are we ready?
As I'll ever be. Actually,
You
You
need
can
a
see
short rest.
Sorsha's finger itching to
No.
play something.
I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna check.
I'm just gonna do a quick 14 hit points from my Leon Handful.
Yeah, I'm good, and I would prefer we didn't take a rest because then I keep my 18 temporary hit points.
Oh yeah.
Which are always appreciated, and yeah,
I
for
could use
now.
little guidance if you.
Oh yeah, no problem. That is always a possibility.
Thank you.
You are guided.
Thank you very much.
Just let me check. I still have my Wrath of the Storm, and I still have my Channel Divinities. Yes, I am ready.
Okay. So
Heinrich,
I'll.
you good? You want to put up armor or any preparations?
I'm keeping my spells for magic missile to break their concentration, and I already have counter spells ready to break their spells.
Okay.
Okay.
I may change.
I will confirm that you can have a short rest without losing the temporary hit points. They are lost on after the end of a long rest.
Nice. Those are good temporary hit points.
All temporary hit points are good hit points.
Indeed.
So Sorsha will start with fluttering music and.
Wait, did we take the short rest or not? Because like it's not a super important thing for me, but there's a few things that we said on short
Sure,
rest.
let's take a short rest.
Okay.
And
Just
you know what?
yeah.
Why don't we take a short break? On that
Yeah, I
note,
guess that's a
Yeah,
good idea.
we'll.
as the next part might take a little long, so let's not get into
Right.
that. Right. So
Short
let's
rest for everyone.
short rest for the characters, short rest for the players, and short rest for our viewers. We will see you next time
Next
we
time.
see you.
Just
Bye bye.
Oh, see you soon.